Okay, is anyone there? It looks like it's working now. Okay, guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay, yeah? Okay, I will start, and please let me know if you can hear me okay, okay? So basically, as I said already, my life has taken a 180 turn. At the start, I was quite upset, and I didn't really know how to handle things. I cried a lot, and then I just thought I have to take it slow and even turn the drama and tragedy into comedy, because otherwise I would just go bonkers myself. So basically it started last year. My mom, what we thought actually was tantrums and bully from her side, ended up being a disease. So just so much happened since then. It's hard even to know where to start. But last summer, after very emotional conversation on the phone with my mom, I decided that I have to do something, whether I have to come over to Latvia to take care of my mom, at least shortly, for a short while. And then my daughter offered me, because she didn't really have anything on, she wasn't attached to anything, so she said she would come over and take care of her granny. So basically she came over, she stayed here for about 6 months. So they didn't really get along, and so my daughter is quite sensitive with energies, and so she basically had to come home back to Ireland. And I was quite angry with my mom. Guys, if you could let me know that you can hear me, just so I don't mumble here for myself. Just give me a thumbs up or do a comment. So basically I was very angry at the start, because I thought that my mom couldn't appreciate what was done for her. So I didn't even feel like calling her because all the conversations were very short, just general, how are you, and you know, what's the weather. because we just couldn't connect anymore after that. And then I just thought, I can't go on like that, I had to do something about it. Then it's just hard, it's working with strangers, it's actually easier as with clients and patients than with your family members. So I just found it was very, very personal. It was hurting because my mom at the start was quite a bully, and she probably didn't know what she's talking about. And like I said at the start, we thought it was bully and tantrums. So then about 8 weeks ago, about 2 months ago, I got a phone call from my mom. She was asking me to call an ambulance because she didn't feel well. And then I didn't know whether it's a tantrum, it's a show, or it's real. So then I asked my friend, my closest friend, which is a neighbor of my mom, to come and have a look and see how is she feeling. And then basically that's what she did. And then we decided we called the ambulance. So she was taken to the hospital, and that night my youngest son went to the hospital with her belongings because we didn't know whether she'll be staying overnight or not. And the medical staff wouldn't let him to see his granny. And obviously my mom heard him from the room, and she ran out hysterically crying. So then my son hugged her and said everything will be okay, and so gave her the bag with her belongings and treats. And so then the next day she called me. So she had calmed down, and she said, listen, I think I'm in the hospital, but I don't know why. So then I knew there's something really seriously wrong. She couldn't remember that she called me asking to call the ambulance. And then after that, I cried and cried and cried. And then I thought, I have to make a decision. I have to set my priorities right. So basically, I decided to come over to my mum and then just go from there. So straight away, I booked the flight and I came over. I'm just trying to think so I don't forget something, because so much happened since. So, oh yeah, and she had the CT scan for her head, and she was diagnosed with encephalopathy. And that was actually the first time I heard of such a disease. So I read about it. I called, I have a cousin who is a medical worker. So I called her. She just laughed, and she called it an old age disease. So I just couldn't accept it. So I did my research, and I read that it can be caused by heavy metals and toxins and a chain of other things as well. So then I started thinking I should give her a good detox course. At the start, I didn't have anything by hand. She was very, oh yeah, and when the ambulance came, actually, she had a very extremely high blood pressure. So that's why she basically was taken to the hospital, because they gave her medication and waited for about half an hour, and the blood pressure didn't drop as they wanted to. So that's when she was taken to the hospital. And when I came over, she was basically lying in her bed, just staring into the wall, which was very, very upsetting. Sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional. She was on the blood pressure medication. This one, triplex. Okay. So she was taking that medication for a while, and I didn't really see it working, because her blood pressure was jumping up and down, up and down. At some point, it could be very, very high, and then very, very low. And I just did a really, really deep research about all these diseases, like encephalopathy and dementia, and she has a chain of other problems. She had a breast cancer about 25 years ago, and she didn't have a chemo, but she had the radio treatment. Thanks, Rosaline. So anyway, and then when I started looking back, after she hit 40, she had all the illnesses that you could actually think of. You know, she had kidney stones, she had gallbladder removed, appendix removed, there's something wrong with her heart and blood pressure. So I thought the best thing would be to get her really on a detox program. Oh yeah, the other medication she was on was for her head. That was for the encephalopathy. This is this one. Okay. And then, of course, she was taking some, what she thought was heart medication. Yeah, Melissa, definitely. And she never, ever done anything for herself health-wise. She worked really, really hard all her life. And her childhood was very, very hard as well. It was a wartime, and they didn't have like shootings or anything where she was born, but they were starving. There was really bad famine. But anyway, and then so she has been taking this for a long, long time, which she thinks is a heart medication, but it's just a supplement. It's a really, really good supplement, but it's not a medication. And so one night she was looking for it. I didn't tell you, I have to actually hide all the medication from her, because there was one time she took a 2 months dose in 2 weeks. So, but of course she thinks that I'm hiding the medication from her. Well, she doesn't think that anymore, because we had a really good conversation, and I hope she doesn't forget about that. And if she does, I will remind her again. I explained her properly why I'm doing it, and I'm giving her what she's needed. I have been working on my own health, my own system for many years, and I know how it works, and I know what is important. So within 2 weeks, within the first 2 weeks, I got her off the blood pressure medication. Okay. The only things I had available at the start was just the fresh lemon juice squeezed into the glass of water in the morning, and just the very normal aloe vera tablets. Okay. Because in my opinion, in my belief, if your gut health and liver health is not in order, you just simply can't be healthy, you know. So that's where the high blood pressure comes from, and that's where all the other illnesses come from. And so then after that, I got her off the blood pressure medication, and then I started giving her this. I know this is in Latvian, but I'll tell you now what it is in English. I wrote it down somewhere. Where is it? I'll tell you now. Latvia is absolutely incredible with natural remedies. It's just amazing what you can find. So this is mysterious and healing birch glosp or chaga mushroom with common stinkhorn mushroom. You can I don't know if I can actually give, I might actually, I'll give you some links, just bear with me. I'll give you the links I found earlier. No, this is not the one. I had it somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So you can do a bit of a research yourself. It is absolutely amazing stuff, guys. I'll just comment. Okay, that's the birch, the chaga mushroom, and this is the common stinkhorn. I'll just give you those two links, and then you can look it up. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh, I lost myself. Oh, here. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I lost myself. Okay, I'll just check my notes here. I was writing down so I don't forget something. Oh yeah, I mentioned earlier that my daughter was here last year for 6 months to take care of her gran. And believe it or not, my mom doesn't remember that. We had really heavy moments about it. She kept saying that she lived with my friend and not here with her. And at the end, I just said, listen, Mom, she's an adult woman. She's 36 years of age, and she doesn't even have to live with you. Because I just couldn't convince her that she was here, and she came here for one and only reason, to help her, to take care of her. And she just couldn't remember that. So the only thing was just to convince her that she didn't even have to live with her granny. So since then, we have not been talking about it. Okay, just bear with me, guys. Oh yeah, and also when I came here from the very start, I started putting meditation music on a quiet in her room on the phone. I was hiding the phone because she wouldn't appreciate that either. So I was hiding the phone on the higher shelf in her room and putting the meditation music on overnight, because I really believe in meditations in the spiritual healing, because it really helps your brain, your head, your mental health. That's what I was using after my car accident as well, and I swear by it since. So then one day she found the phone that I was hiding, and she asked me, "What's that?" And then I explained her that I have been. She wouldn't understand what the meditation is, so I just explained her that I'm putting healing music into her room, and so she actually accepted that. She didn't say no. So all that, and then yeah, another thing. Maybe you saw. I've been sharing the videos. How I did the Chinese bee wax ear candles, which is also very healing, very good for your mind, not only for the ears. It's detoxifying, of course, for your ears, and because everything is connected there, so it's also very, very good for detoxing your head in general. So yeah, so that's so far, and she's feeling much better. She's definitely not lying in her bed staring into the wall anymore. She has like better days and not as good days. I can take her outside for a walk sometimes when she's in a good mood. I hug her a lot, even if she's not that nice to me. I give her a hug, and I also tell her that I need a hug sometimes. So it is emotional, but we're getting there. And basically, I came here to try to get her to Ireland, because, as you know, I live in Ireland for over 20 years now, which is my home at the moment anyway. And my mom is Russian, but she lives in Latvia for 60 years. But the thing is, she has a non-citizen passport. To become a citizen here, you have to do a Latvian exam, anthem, written exam, and verbal exam. So she never kind of thought that she would need it, and she never went for it. And now what happened? We were misinformed. We were told that with her non-citizen passport and the ID card that she was given in Latvia, that she can travel within EU for 90 days. So I thought I'll get her over at least for that while and see how she settles in, and then to do the further paperwork in Ireland. And so tickets were booked. We went to the airport, and the hardest thing was to actually to convince my mom to come with me, because of her age, and she has only flown once in her life, when she was coming over from Russia to Latvia. That's about 60 years ago. So it was a big moment for her. And so I booked the tickets with Ryanair. Some belongings were sent by courier. And so when we went to the check-in desk, they told us that my mom needs a visa. So I said, no, we were told that she doesn't need visa, that she can travel within EU for 90 days. And they told me that yes, she can, but she can't fly to Ireland because Ireland is not in Schengen area. Did I pronounce that right? Schengen area. So 26 countries, EU countries, signed this document of the Schengen territory area. And only a few, like Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Ireland, Romania, and of course UK, are not the Schengen members. So just if you ever come across that, just bear in mind that. So, and then we found out that Ryanair is the only company that do that they don't allow people to fly if they don't have visa, but they actually no authority for that. So in Ireland, on the Irish border, they checked that, and even if we didn't have the visa for my mom, they had to give us the opportunity to prove that she is my mom and that I am a resident in Ireland, and then give us a visa on the spot. So anyway, that didn't happen. We were sent back. We lost the tickets, lost the flights, and all the time was wasted. So anyway, and I inquired about visas and everything else. So then I decided the best, the easiest, and the shortest way to go is to get her a citizenship. Because of her age, there are not as strict. So because of her health conditions, at the moment we are getting her disability. So then she will be exempt from the Latvian exams. So basically she will need just, I think, about 4 pieces of paper documentation that she lives here for the last 5 years, and her passport and the disability card, and that's it. And then that will take about 2 months. So we are here then for another couple of months. I'd say it'll be the end of August or perhaps September when we get back to Ireland. In the meantime, I will follow up, and I will inform you how we get on with her health. But she's definitely feeling better. She had another thing, and that's why also I thought detox would be very, very good. That would be like the first step to do. She had like a nausea all the time, like constant. She said she feels sick all the time and physically weak. And she doesn't have that as much anymore. She's much, much better. And yeah, and also I got her on the B12 injections. She got 5 so far. We're actually going for 1 this evening. So that gave her a bit of energy as well. And yeah, so that's that for now. I think I'll check if what else I had written down. If you have any questions, guys, you can comment. Oh, I didn't see the Melissa. Thank you. Very welcome, Melissa. Hi, Ramona. Yeah, Melissa, the ear candles. I've been using them for about 15 years, I think. I found out about them about 15 years ago, and I'm using them since. Thanks very much, Melissa. Yeah, it's because when it comes into your family, it becomes very, very personal, and it's been a very, very emotional journey. I am feeling much, much better and much stronger. I am also, if you know, I finished the victim and criminal profiling. So I am a therapist for sexually, mentally, and physically abused people. Also for the offenders themselves. But I really want to go deeper and study psychology and also hypnotherapy. So I'm studying again at the moment, but it gives myself more strength and confidence to deal with everything. So, but at the moment, yeah, it's hard to concentrate on anything else but my mom, because it's been really, really dense, with her condition, and I can't even leave her alone for too long. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, so if you ever need any information or help, or even just a chat, maybe some information about natural remedies